serait si bon de partir n'importe où, bras dessus, bras dessous, en chantant des chansons.
So first of all, you have to tie up your hair and make sure that your face is nice and clean for this whole process, because after that you're going to put foundation on. And trust me on this, I am no makeup artist. My makeup generally tends to be always the same thing, but this is slightly different, or actually a lot different than what I normally do, because this is my stage makeup routine and I don't usually put foundation on at all. So you guys are getting a special treat here. Then I put my concealer on under my eyes. I don't even know if that's concealer, but I put it on under my eyes because it just makes it a little bit more opaque and blends in better with everything else. Then I have this darker shade of foundation slash concealer, but I use it as a contour stick, and so I just contour my face like that so that I pop and can pop on stage. Then I set the whole thing with powder, and this one has a slight tint to it, so as you can tell before my face was really pale, and this is helping it darken out and matte it, of course. Get rid of all that dewiness. Make sure you don't shine too much on stage, you know. Then I brush out my eyebrows and make sure they're filled in nicely, not too noticeably filled in, but just to make them darker and so that it doesn't look like I have no eyebrows when I'm on stage, because stage lights generally make everything look a lot more washed out, which is why stage makeup is so bold. Then I set the whole thing with setting spray, which for me is actually just rose water. It is a cheaper option to setting spray, and it actually makes your skin feel really good. Then I put my blush on, which is sadly broken, but once again, stage makeup, everything has to be more bold, so I put a lot of blush on. It's a paler blush, so you can't exactly tell, but it's a lot more than I normally would. But you spray your face again so that your highlight will stick better, and I put highlight on. You want to make sure the right pieces of your face pop to the judges when you're on stage. So yes, this is the look I did for my competition in April, Show Choir Canada, with my Glee team. So that's, if I ever mention judges and stuff like that, it's because of that. Then eyeshadow. I put on a paler shade all over my lid just to give it a little bit of shine, and a darker shade on in the crease and the outer corner, just to give it a little bit more dimension. And I suck at eyeshadow, just a heads up. Then I put on my eyeliner, which is probably my least favorite part because it takes so long. I'm absolutely terrible at eyeliner, but somehow if I go slow enough, I can do it fine. Then I have my white eyeliner that I always put on my lower waterline, because it just makes your eyes look a little bit bigger, and anything you can do to make your features pop, you should when you're on stage, especially in front of judges. And then I curled my lashes and put my mascara on, making sure that they wisp out perfectly. For lipstick, I use a pale pink lip crayon and a lip gloss. so that it just looks shiny, and it's 1950s inspired, so not everything was completely bold back then, so I tried to keep it more subtle, and especially since our set was supposed to be in black and white, I needed to get that right. For your hair, brush it out before you do anything, and I have this tip: if your hair is greasy or if you want it to hold something better, put a little bit of baby powder in it. It generally agrees with you better when it has that extra volume. And I forgot to set my entire face before, so I just did that now. So you take a small section at the top of your head, make sure it's nice and evenly cut, and you're going to tie the other part of your hair back so that you can take little pieces of that part that you just took out and hairspray it so that it'll stick easier when you tease it. You are going to tease it because you're going to try and make a nice little poof at the top of your head, and you go in little pieces, little bits at a time, so that you can really get the tease right. When you are brushing this out later, make sure to be super careful. When I was like 6, I teased my hair for Halloween, and I ended up with a bald spot because I tried to brush it out too quickly. The last part of your hair, you don't tease, because that's the cover part where you want it to be nice and smooth. So you see me shaping my little poof up there for a second, and then I take bobby pins and I pin it into place. I put 2 pins on either side of it as well, just to make sure that the sides don't lift. And then I take my ponytail out and I gather everything into a higher ponytail. And to make sure that you're not messing with the poof, I really took the comb and more hairspray to make sure that everything was nice and I didn't have to like tip my head over or something. Then last but not least, with the hair, I hairsprayed it a little bit to make sure that my little baby hairs didn't go popping out. And if you want a little touch, is to wrap a little bit of your hair around the hair elastic so it looks more natural and pin it into place. And that's it.